Okay. I look okay.
7 miles of black star liners coming in the harbor.
Brothers and sisters, Marcus Garvey's 134th birthday celebration is coming to a mobile device near you. Tuesday, August 17, 2021, 7 to 9 p.m. That's when the Marcus Garvey Roots Extravaganza will be streaming live on irelivestream.com. Guest speakers, UNIA President General Michael Duncan and Mrs. Jean Garvey. Cultural performances by A.J. Brown, Nikki Blaze, Two of a Kind, and the Drumming Fingers Children's Group, all under the patronage of Jamaican Consul General Oliver Mayer, and all being brought to you by the Roots Foundation in association with the Consulate General of Jamaica, the City of Lauderdale Lakes, Tomlinson Dental Care, Golson Spine Center, Vico, Herbal Gardens, Green Medicine Farms, Delaware Roots, and the Roots Magazine. For info, 754-264-2205.
Mommy told us freedom is a must.
Welcome, one and all, to the 2021st Marcus Garvey Roots Extravaganza. I am the hostess that can do the mostest, Real Marsha. So here's a toast to you for vibing with us tonight. Tonight we're commemorating the 134th anniversary of the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. We're streamed live and, of course, from the Consulate General of Jamaica in Miami, Florida. All right, you can live stream, definitely check us out. But before we continue anything, we must pay homage and honor to our ancestor, Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. So on that note, I am going to introduce to you two beautiful queens that are going to present to you the libation for tonight. Queen Okomfo Nana Yabradua, alongside Abeni Damuska. Libation.
Good evening, everyone. Michiawo Noah Abibifo. That's good evening, African brothers and sisters. I greet you today, and it is a great honor to be here to honor our leader, our ancestor, the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. I will be opening with prayer, a libation. A libation is prayer, and prayer fortified with water and strong drink. And we are from the Jamaican community as well. Marcus Garvey is a very strong icon in our community, and it is indeed an honor to be able to pay homage to him today with this libation. We encourage you to pray along. We encourage you to say whatever comes within your spirit, and it will be fortified along with the libation as well. The libation will be in Twi, which is the Akan language of the Ghana people of West Africa, and I also will be speaking in English. When I say ago, your response needs to be ame. Ago is I'm calling you to attention, and ame means I've heard or you have my attention. Ago,
Amen.
ago,
Amen.
ago.
Amen.
O inyami nyankompon odo mankuma churi ompong. Odo mankuma obwadi. Olo do mare yukaho. Asasiya. Atabe. O me paucho ense mamfo eja. O abina ense mamfo ena. O kwabina me paucho eja akuya. Oh, me paucho, we call Akuya and Kweku. Me paucho, we call Ya and Yao. Me paucho, we call Efia, and we call Kofi. Me paucho, we call Ama, we call Kwame. Me paucho, we call Kwesi, and we call Akwesi. We call Akosua and Akos. Me paucho, we call Ajua and Kojo. Oh, nananum, nananum, nananum. Oh, me paucho ense mamfo Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Me paucho eja Marcus Mosiah Garvey. We raise you up today. We give praise and honor to your spirit today. It is because of you that we are here today. It is because of you that we are able to study our history. It is because of you that we are able to understand where we are and where we are going. It is because of you that we know our language of our ancestors. It is because of you that our education has included the studies of our ancestors. O Nana no me paucho. We call on the ancestor of the Marcus Mosiah Garvey. We say me paucho yimpa. Me paucho yimpa. Me paucho yimpa. We give praise and honor to you as you have traveled through many lands. You traveled, even though you were born in our island of Jamaica, you traveled many places. You were not able to visit our motherland, but you certainly directed us there to our motherland. And for that we say, Medasi Yempa. Oh, Nana, no. It is because of you that our great father, the late Kwame Nkrumah, included the black star in the flag of Ghana. It is because of you that our scholars, 30 of them, have been awarded scholarships in honor of your name. And we say, Marcus Garvey, Yimpa, O me paucho. The great honor. We call those mothers, we call all those fathers, we call all those sisters and brothers who have embraced your knowledge and your wisdom. And we say, me paucho beji insa. We have light here for you. We pray that you continue to guide us in your light, in your wisdom. We pray that you continue to guide us with the spirit of strength. We pray that you continue to guide us with the spirit of confidence. We pray that you continue to guide us with the spirit of unconditional love, love for self, self-confidence, love for self and compassion. Oh, Nana, no. In this time, we would like to honor our Ghanaian ancestors in one of your favorite quotes and play that quote in Twi in honor of your wisdom and your guidance that you have given us to respect our African spirit. Nana no me paucho. Yefrewo. So we call you and we say,
one abakosem baby a wufi ne amamre to say dia oni intini.
Oh, me paucho. In honor of your famous quote, a people without the knowledge of their past, their history, their origin, and culture is like a tree without roots. Yefrewo Marcus Mosiah Garvey, medasi, medasi, medasi nana no.
Asheo. Asheo. You that are watching me, you should be saying it with me. Asheo. And Asheo means it is so. Amen. Sila. And we confirm it. So we give thanks so much to the beautiful Queen Okomfo Nana Ya Bradua alongside Abena Damuska for blessing the space, for opening up the portals for the ancestor, Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, and many, many more. So we're here again. We are here once again. But you know, before I continue, I'm going to go ahead and remove the mask, okay? I'm going to remove it because you want to see my smile, don't you? And I'm physically distanced. No one is standing near me. That's kind of hard sometimes, but it's okay. We're going to manage it tonight. We're going to manage it tonight. So let me properly introduce myself once again. My name is Real Marsha 1111. I am the MC and the hostess that can always do the mostest. And I always give a toast to everyone that participate with me at any event when I'm behind this microphone. So I honor you, and I greet you, and I thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Make sure you're sharing it. You got to share www.irilivestream.com. You can also check us out on YouTube, Roots Foundation on YouTube, right? So tonight is a program filled with amazing art, amazing information, amazing sharing. And you know, we need this more often, but we give thanks for at least that one day out of the year. And what other time better than honoring the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey? We all know that he has done so much for our race. And we must honor, not maybe, should, could, no, we must honor. And we're going to continue to honor many others, all right? Tonight, the program, we have keynote address by Michael Duncan, President General of the UNIA. Oh, y'all thought it was over? Nah, it's still going, right? He's going to give us an update on a clearing of Garvey's name petition by Mrs. Jean Garvey. Tell you it's going to be great. Wait, hold on. Marcus Garvey Community Service Awards to UNIA President tonight, General Michael Duncan, and to educator Dr. Malu C. Harrison, Provost of Miami-Dade College. All right, so we're definitely honoring. And you're going to have a beautiful cultural entertainment by guest vocalists, ones like A.J. Brown, the veteran soloist, and the Third World Band lead vocalist. Y'all don't know about that? Oh, you don't know? You're going to learn tonight. Yes, you will. Trust me. And you're going to love it. We also have rising female vocalist, one of my favorite artists here in Fort Lauderdale, the one and only Nikki Blaze. And of course, you know I'm my brother's keeper. We have two of a kind that's about to give it to you some more. Don't let me give you that deep voice now, okay? Plus, we're going to have dance and poetry performances by the Drumming Fingers Children Dance Troupe. And listen, they are a crowd's favorite. Every year, everyone looks forward to seeing their performance. So stick around. Make sure you do not blink, because you don't want to miss this great event tonight. Now, tonight is a tribute to the late Pan-African historian and research specialist, Dr. Runoko Rashidi. You'll learn more about that. Just stick around. I'm just telling you what's happening tonight. You know, we're going to pop in and out, okay? Okay. So all this is taking place under the patronage of the one and only, which I am always honored to be in his presence, to learn as much as I can, whenever I can, the Jamaican Consul General, Oliver Mayer. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you or present to you the president, the Jamaican Consul, General Oliver Mayer. Come on, y'all, snap it up, snap it up, snap it up like you're right here.
Thank you very much, thank you very much. I can't believe a year has gone since we were last here, but on behalf of the Consulate General of Jamaica in Miami, we want to welcome everybody here to this virtual presentation. I'm sure we'd have loved to have had it live, but we speak in faith and confidence that next year, when we celebrate our 60th anniversary of our independence, we will be able to do it in person. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we are indeed happy to once again host this important conversation, this 7th annual Marcus Garvey Ruth Extravaganza, the 17th, and as I said, the 17th. We have to recognize the hard work of the principles of this important movement. Jabulani Tafari, Priest Dougie, and Steve McGowan. Let's give them a big round of applause, wherever you are. Woo! These guys have been in the trenches. They have been spreading the word from day one. In fact, I'm told from high school days, they have been preaching the work of our first national hero, who was conferred with that special honor in 1969. I want to, of course, recognize the lady who is back at the front, our mistress of ceremonies, Real Marsha, always the front of the front, keeping the vibes going. And ladies and gentlemen, I must say, although we are here to celebrate the gentlemen, we're proud of our ladies.
Ashe, ashe,
our ladies.
Ashe, ashe.
Our ladies who did so well in Olympics. When kids go to school now and they're counting, they're going to stop at 1, 2, 3, and they stop. Right? So we celebrate our ladies, Elaine, Shelley, Brianna, Sharika, and the entire team. our guest speaker, Mr. Michael Duncan. I had the privilege of meeting him a year ago. And Mrs. Jean Garvey. Now, just a couple months ago, I had the honor of spending some time with Mrs. Garvey, and I can tell you, again, celebrating our ladies, this is a powerhouse of a leader who I don't think we have heard of enough. And I spoke to her and I said, Mrs. Garvey, this is your time. We need you to rise up some more, allow your voice to be heard, because I think you have a clear message that the world needs to hear from. And so I look forward to hearing from Mrs. Garvey. Ladies and gentlemen, in October 30th, 1974, one of my personal heroes was considered an underdog, Muhammad Ali. And he was going up against George Foreman. And everybody thought he was going to lose. But through courage, determination, inspiration, hope against all odds, Ali rose to the occasion, rallying the people behind him, and created one of the greatest victories the world has ever seen. And so it is with our first national hero. Against all odds, against so much hatred, racial tensions, Marcus Mosiah Garvey rose up and provided leadership which continues to lead us together today as a people. He continues to lead this world in the direction that it needs to go. He's a hero in the past, and a hero in the present, and a hero for the future. Marcus Mosiah Garvey. And a man with so much great quotes. I couldn't leave without quickly mentioning a couple of them. Action, self-reliance, and the vision of self and the future have been the only means by which the oppressed have seen and realized the light of their own freedom. Great principles, great ideas know no nationality. Take advantage of every opportunity where there's none. Make it for yourself. Man's duty is to discover himself. We believe in justice and human love. If our rights are to be respected, then we too must respect the rights of all mankind. Let justice be done to all mankind with love, faith, and charity towards all. The reign of peace and plenty will be heralded into the world, and a generation of men shall be called blessed. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a great scholar in the community called Jeff Phillip, and he created a nice acronym, and I asked for permission, that summarizes some of the great teachings of our national hero, and I've coined it respect. The R in the acronym stands for rising up in confidence. As a people, we must be confident in ourselves. Education, the importance of education. We must know our past to determine how we go forward in the future. Then self-love. We must love ourselves. It's so important. And Garvey taught that. P for purpose. We must have a direction. We can't just be spinning around the place. We must know where we're going and move forward with purpose. E for entrepreneurship. We must be the masters of our fate, our economic fate. And economics is so important. We can't always look to work for people. We must become entrepreneurial minded. And that was the teachings of our first national hero. And then C for community. We can't do everything on our own. We need a community. And Marcus Mosiah Garvey, listen carefully. Without the benefit of social media, I said this last year, ladies and gentlemen, when I put a post on Facebook and I get 500 likes, I say, hip hip, hooray! Without social media, our first national hero had over 8 million followers around the world. What a powerful man. And today we celebrate him. And the T speaks for tradition and culture. So important, the culture which embraces us and our traditions, which we must learn and which we must share. All of that comes together with respect. I want you to turn to the person beside you, even if you're at home, even if there's nobody beside you, and just boom the person and say, respect. 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 Or as I hear Jabalani saying, respect.
Respect, yes, I Yes, I.
Respect. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, I just want to again celebrate the work of these fine gentlemen. At this time in the U.S. history and at this time in the world, the teachings of Marcus Mosiah Garvey is so applicable and so needed. Let's embrace it and let's embrace his teachings. Thank you very much.
That was the general, the Jamaican Consul General, Oliver Mayer. Snap it up wherever you are right now. Snap it up, clap it up, boom it up. Boom yourself. You got self-love. That was the S, right? We got to give ourselves self-love. So you boom yourself, right? Oh, I'm so excited for this program tonight. It's going to be, as always, just a delight, just a beautiful delight. And, you know, Marcus Garvey is a Leo, right? Yeah. And we're in Leo season, right? Yeah. You know what Leos represent? Leos represent leadership, strength. They speak their mind. They always talk the truth. But before we continue, I want us all to listen and remember the words of the Jamaican Consul General, Oliver Mayer, because that acronym of respect, you know, it's very, very important that we take that in every day, and even more important that we share it with the children, because that's our future generation. We have to have the children to continue what Ras Jabulani and Priest Dougie Smith is doing for us and the community, all right? So everything you hear tonight, everything you receive tonight is great to share it. And guess what? You can actually watch this over and over and over. It's going to be on YouTube, so you will never get bored. The first entertainment for this night is a group that is so loved, always looking forward to see them. Last year we had an amazing performance lineup. We had Hal Anthony, we had a mama that was dancing with the Jamaican Consul General. Y'all should have seen him moving last year. He was giving it. But this year the program is equally beautiful. So we're going to start off our entertainment with the Drum and Fingers Children Group. Come on, you want to see the children. I know you do, right? Let's make some noise for the Jamaican Fingers Children's Group.
I am Marcus Mosiah Garvey. I was born in Jamaica, August 17, 1887. I was self-educated. In my early life, I became a printer's apprentice. Years later, in 1960s, I then traveled to the United States. I then founded the UNIA, promoting African Americans and Pan-Africans and resettlement in Africa. I launched several businesses in the United States.
The drum represents the bum, 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 bum. I can go deep in the medical aspect, but I'm not gonna do that tonight. That was the drumming finger children's group. Come on, y'all gotta snap it up once more time for the drumming fingers children group. And they're gonna come back with a dance for you. But before we bring them on, okay, I want to definitely take this minute to thank, to show gratitude, honor, and as we say in the street, shout out to those that are helping to make this event what it is. Partners with Roots Foundation for this Garvey extravaganza. Ready? Wait for it. Don't move. Don't move. That doesn't mean you're allowed to blink. Stay there. Ready? The Consul General of Jamaica, Miami. The City of Lauderdale Lakes and Mayor Hazel Rogers. I know you snapping where you are. Tomlinson Dental Care. Golson Spine Rehabilitation Center. Vico inside the Lauderhill Mall. Come on. Herbal Gardens on the outside of the Lauderhill Mall. Green Medicine Farms. Talawa Roots Tonic. The Roots Reggae and Culture Magazine. Now listen, if you don't know any of these, see, we're giving you hints on where you can find them. A lot of them are in Lauderhill Mall, right? And you can go online on this same live stream, and you can see the Roots Reggae and Culture Magazine. And every month, it's amazing. And of course, I know you're enjoying the media, right? It takes a team. It's not one person. I would like to say it was just me, but no, they just make me look good. I'm just here. We have to definitely honor the media partners, which are IrieTimes.com, who are streaming this event right now. Irie Times. You know who to link. Come on, come on, come on. How you feeling, Irie? As my Jamaicans say, right? We have Richie and Poor Man Studio. Yes. Steve and the Counteract crew, who are providing audio services for this event. You can hear everything clearly, right? Yep, I know, because he's good like that, right? We have the Mikey B Radio Show, WZPP Radio, Wild Child Productions, Wiz, Island Beat Marketing, and WDNA Radio in Coral Gables. Come on, let's give it to us. Let's give it to them for definitely coming together annually to make this event sound good, be good, promptual, and it's just magic that takes place, right? It's just magic. So you got a little piece of drumming, and there's gonna be some more drumming later on at the show, but the same set of beautiful children that gave us that amazing drumming session, they got something more for you. You wanna see it? You ready to see it? Y'all not ready to see it? Yeah? Okay, come on, snap it up with me.
Every time, why am I money? Hello, baby, I resent it. You don't even know what you do to me. If I go to show my mood, I'm all I'm gonna give me some money. I give a lady some money. Baby, blow my mind, I don't go down. See, baby, if you want to leave for big collie, blow the shaka.
Clap it up. I was back here dancing too. See, I was back here doing this. But you know, because I have the heels, I can't really jump through it. I need to, because I don't want to embarrass myself in front of everybody. You understand. Wasn't that beautiful? That was the drumming finger dancers. It's always great to see the children representing real culture, roots and culture. And you got to be sure to please share with the children. They are our future. It's really important, you know? It's good that many of us know what we know, but without the children knowing the future, I mean, what's going to happen next, right? So I want to introduce to you our next speaker. This is a little intro to the Golson Spine. A message from the Golson Spine.
Thank you to the Roots Foundation for all your hard work and efforts in bringing together the Marcus Garvey Extravaganza and celebrating his 134th birthday. My father, Dr. Fidel Golson Sr., would take me to African American bookstores here in Broward County, and he had me choose out books to read over the summer. And some of those books that made the most significant impact was the life and history of Marcus Garvey. Through reading that as a child, I understood commerce better. I understood the workings of how a black man or a black person in America could very easily be successful, but even in that success, be condemned and ostracized if what he was trying to bring to the table took power away from something else. At Golson Spine Rehabilitation Center, we are a practice that serves the public with chiropractic care, physical therapy, psychotherapy. We've been serving the community now for 28 years. Our foundation of our business was our founder, Dr. Fidel Golson Sr., who with a dream, with a loan, started a business, integrated with the community, gave value to the community, and reinvested in the community. I want to say congratulations to all of the participants and everyone that's here just for keeping the vision and keeping the dream of what's important in our community, and that is our history. That is our roots. So God bless you all. I want to encourage you, if you're involved in an accident, please choose us. If you have neck pain or general back pain, you have health insurance or don't have health insurance, we want to be your doctor of choice. We want to be your first stop for choice. We have one convenient telephone number that you can reach us, and that's 866-465-3766. God bless you, and I pray that you continue to prosper.
Let's talk about Marcus, never live in vain. Brother Marcus, never live in vain. If you follow that man word, you will live again.
Brothers and sisters, the Right Excellent Marcus Messiah Garvey.
Brothers and sisters, good evening. Sisters and brothers, good evening. The black race is one of the branches of the human race. As a section of humanity, he occupies a position in the world at the present time most uncomfortable and most unfavorable. Black people are subjects of ostracism. It is sad that our humanity has shown us no more love, no greater sympathy than we are experiencing. Wheresoever you go throughout the world, the black man is ostracized, is relegated to the lowest in things, social, political, and economical. This therefore suggests a problem and one that must be solved. We in this section of the world are not entirely free from this unkind and unsympathetic behavior among the groups or races around us. But since man has been placed on his own responsibility, whether he be black, white, or yellow, he must act in his own account. We will not unduly whine or complain, but reason among ourselves and see what can be done to remedy this state of affairs. Life is a conflict. You have to fight your way through it whether you will it or not. Those of us who fight most stubbornly live, and to them go the laurels, the palms, and the triumph of our civilization and world. We unfortunately have not been trained to the truths of life, paradoxically so. May I say something to you? to give you true understanding of yourself, so that the same glory and success attained by others who understand themselves will also be yours. Man with the true knowledge of himself is a superb and supreme creature of creation. When Mother Nature created man, she deprived him of nothing. He was given the faculty of understanding all things around him, and this faculty of understanding has not been taken away from him. None of his senses have been taken away from him. So there is no excuse for the black man in lacking the knowledge that man has used to beautify this world. Look around you and see that what is pleasing to man, contributing to man's comfort, it is but the work of man. Man blessed with the knowledge of himself and the understanding of all things around him. If you are blessed with the knowledge of yourself and the understanding of all things around you, then you would know what is good and what is not. You know what is finite. If you leave America and go over to the east, to Japan, they'll be telling the wonderful citizens of the accomplishments of the Japanese people, proving that as time moves on, so does man. But with you, you've hated yourselves as you've done in previous years. You've shown malice toward each other. And the result that while other races have come together, you still fighting among yourselves. I'm here tonight and not in the gutter and the ponds of despair because I use my intelligence. And I swear that no man alive shall use his intelligence in understanding the works of nature more than I. I shall rise as high as he ascends. I shall meet him on the same platform of mental equality and fight him till thy kingdom come, because I know we were created equal. I hope that you would make up your minds, as I had made up my mind years ago. Make up your minds that you can rise to the true consciousness of your soul. I'm here to gather you here tonight because I understand you. Understand your neighbor, your wife, your children, so that you can live in harmony with each other and get the best out of life. The early Africans were fathers of our civilization because they persevered in their object. When we hear of the Alexandria, the Timbuktu, the creation of the black man in the early ages, you will realize that the civilization that we enjoy today was handed down to the present century. But the black man went back to sleep and he's still sleeping. We try to awaken you to the true consciousness of yourself. You young men, you young women, may we appeal to you, knowing you as we do, to turn over a new leaf, rejecting the childishness, the foolishness, and the ignorance that has been your part for these many years. I've been in your presence and my heart bleeds for you. The dirty language that you use to express yourself, when you can express yourself in better form. And what I said to the black man, I also said to the black woman. Your conduct is disgraceful. You young women whose personality spells respectability, at the least provocation, the filthy words that you would use would make people want to turn and run away from you. A race that can't conduct itself any better than that is bound to go down in hell, in death and in degradation.
Yes, yes.
You're driving your best friends away from you. Men will not respect you because you do not respect yourself. As I come in contact with my people, both from a social and an economical point of view, I realize how weak we are in the essentials that make for success. The black man tries to do the right thing and he goes into business, but what do you find? You lie on him, you rob him, and the next thing you know, he's pulled down by you as brothers. You are dishonest to each other and have no faith. There's no love for the man in black. See how we are suffering in a foreign clime. Suffering here in America, in Europe, in Africa, and in Asia, where men look upon us not with love.
You have just witnessed Ron Bob Simple. He is the great Marcus Garvey impersonator. Tell me that wasn't powerful. I'm waiting. Right. I remember I had the opportunity to be in that space. I walked into the hall and I saw him, and I'm going to be honest. I said, wait, I didn't know Marcus Garvey was still alive with us. And as I listened more, I heard others saying, yes, that is Ron Bob Simple. He is the impersonator. I said, oh my gosh. You would really believe that is Marcus Messiah Garvey. That is what you call raising the spirit of the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. Y'all got to snap it up, fist it up, clap it up for Ron Bob Simple. And stick around, because tonight, that's what it's all about. We're raising the spirit of the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey tonight. Everything we're doing is in honor of his work, his words, his teaching, his determination, you know, and that's why we have to give thanks for ones like Roots Foundation, for ones like the Jamaican Council General, you know, for ones like the media that is helping to push this annually, every year, August 17th. Now, last year was great, the year before was great, this year is great. Stick around for next year. Stick around for next year. It's going to be amazing. Of course. Got to put that in there, you know what I mean? So I want to take this time to introduce our next speaker, okay? It's always an honor when you can learn of another woman that is so powerful. And honestly, as the General Counsel mentioned earlier, she's not recognized enough, you know, and me, myself, you know, when I was reading about her, I was just so inspired. So inspired. As a matter of fact, she is working with the Camilla's House. And I am part of the Camilla's House as well, so it's amazing. So let me give you a briefing of the beautiful Mrs. Jean Garvey. Mrs. Jean Garvey has resided in Florida. That's where we are. For the past 19 years. And she is past president of her local homeowners association in the village of Wellington in West Palm Beach, Florida, where she resided with her husband of more than 30 years, the late Marcus Garvey Jr. Garvey Jr. served as UNIA President General from 1992 to 2004. He passed on to the ancestors in December 2020 at the tender age of 90 after a year-long battle with Alzheimer's disease. Jean Garvey is a retired marketing professional. She has worked in several marketing, sales, and pricing positions at marketing giants like Altria Group, formerly known as Philip Morris Incorporated, if you're familiar with that. She retired as a senior pricing analyst after serving in several marketing functions, both in the domestic and international divisions of the company. Now, Mrs. Garvey has a long history of civic and community involvements dating back to her teenage years, as she held many leadership positions in the many organizations in which she was involved in. She has sat on the boards of the New York chapter of the Coalition of 100 Black Women, the children of Lascaux Hobos in Haiti, which is properly known Haiti, Inc., the New York chapter of the Kingston Technical High School Alumni Association, and she has served as a member of the Legislative Advisory Committee for State Senate Frank Padovan of New York's 11th Senatorial District, her home district at one time. But remember, she lives here now, Florida. Since 2003, Mrs. Garvey has also volunteered with Toward a More Perfect Union, and that is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to effect constructive change on race, culture, and other issues of differences in our community through dialogue, education, and civic actions. Today, she is with us to add her voice to the ongoing drive to clear Marcus Garvey's name from the false criminal charges with which he was framed and imprisoned in 1925. You didn't know that, did you? It's great, because you're going to learn tonight. So, without further ado, Mrs. Garvey, it's over to you now. With Toward a More Perfect Union, and that is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to the ongoing drive to clear Marcus Garvey's name from the false criminal charges with which he was framed and imprisoned in 1925. You didn't know that, did you? It's great, because you're going to learn tonight. So, without further ado, Mrs. Garvey, it's over to you now.
Thank you so much.
Toward a more perfect union, and that is a non-profit organization whose mission.
She repeating? Okay. Good evening, everyone. As mentioned before, my name is Jean Garvey. I am delighted and honored to be in the company of friends, colleagues, other presenters,
from the false criminal charges with which he was framed in prison in 1925.
Okay, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. As mentioned, my name is Jean Garvey. Can you hear me? Okay. Good evening, everyone. As mentioned before, my name is Jean Garvey. I am delighted and honored to be in the company of friends, colleagues, other presenters, and listeners. Can you hear me now? This should be better. Yes. Yes, as I said before, I'm delighted and honored to be in the company of friends. That wonderful introduction. As mentioned, my name is Jean Garvey. Can you hear me? Okay. Yes, I am delighted and honored to be in the company of friends. I am delighted and honored to be in the company of friends, colleagues, other presenters.
You know, all the time with technology, there's always going to be some type of challenge. And what makes it even sweeter, we're live. So there's nothing hiding. There's nothing to pretend that it was perfect, because it's still perfect in its own way. Right? We are going to come back. We're going to return to Mrs. Jean Garvey. Just want to get everything together. But we're not going to let you wait in vain. We're not going to let you wait in vain. Oh, my goodness. I am extremely elated to introduce this next artist. I know I get extra sometimes, but when you hear uniqueness and beauty, trust me, you'll agree with me. This next performance, she resides right here in Florida. As a matter of fact, Fort Lauderdale, near me. And I've had the utmost pleasure to see her perform, to see her take part in community. Listen, this young woman, she has an event every Monday night in Fort Lauderdale. It's called Cultural Mondays with Nikki Blaze. You gotta check her out on Instagram. And she's on Instagram, you can find her at Blaze A Fire. And you can get more information. Also, the first Sunday of every month, she has a family fun day where she has the soccer players and the artists doing their things. And listen, she performs at my personal event. So without further ado, you hear the drums? You hear it? Y'all get ready. I just need you to get into the zone, because she's gonna take you away. The one and only Nikki Blaze.
Greetings, 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 family. Greetings in the mighty name of the Most High, Jah Rastafari. I want to hear that music. I want to hear that heartbeat. I want to hear it up so we can raise the energy. Yeah, I'm so happy to be here in celebration of this great, 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 great hero. And I'm telling you that he helped change my life. I even named my son after him. It's that serious. Yeah? So if you're here and you're gonna full joy yourself, I want you to share if you can. Share it. All right? Let's go. Oh, yeah. Oh. The higher you build your barriers, hey, 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 the taller I become. The farther you chase my rights away, hey, 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 the faster I will run. So you can deny me, you can decide to turn your face away. It don't matter, 'cause there's something inside so strong. I know that I can make it, yeah. Though you doing me wrong, so wrong. You thought that my pride was gone. Oh no, there's something inside so strong. Oh, there's something inside so strong. To divide and rule is their only plan, their only plan. But we are no fool. We are overcome. 'Cause what? 'Cause I and I are queen in this jungle, sitting up so high and so humble. I've seen so many fall, and they stumble along the way, along the way, along the way. I greet you, I greet you, I greet you, I greet you. Hallelujah, hallelujah, oh. Family, it's a perfect day. It's a beautiful day. I'm surrounded by my family. I'm surrounded by love. And one thing I have to tell you, just like how the great, honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey said, a people without a knowledge of their past history is like a tree without what? A root. So I'm gonna drop this song right here called Lost in Illusion. Just listen to the message. Because a lot of them, a lot of us were lost or still lost, but we're gonna find you. We'll wake you up. Some way, somehow. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah. I see them lost in illusions. I see them lost in delusions. And now they reside in a state of confusion. Why race remains poor? My race sitting on the jail floors. My race fighting to knock down doors. Same race they stole from across the shore. From top. You see how that works? Ja works. Ja works. From top. Marcus said, come on. Yes, he did. We gotta wake up, family. Opinions aren't factual. Don't be no puppet pulled by no string. I see them lost in illusions. I see them lost in delusions. And now they reside in a state of confusion. Why is it that my race remains poor? My race sitting on the jail floors. My race fighting to knock down doors. Same race they stole from across the shore. My race that built this great nation, still trapped on my plantation. I see them lost in illusions. I see them lost in delusions. And now they reside in a state of confusion. Rwanda, Haiti, down in Darfur, Jamaica, they're crying out for murder. Hunger, why can't we come together and help one another? It only takes but one to start a revolution. Please don't play into the illusion. I see them lost. I see them lost in a state of confusion. Wake up, yeah. Oh, I see them lost. I see them lost. I see them running. Oh, I see them running. Oh, my people lost. Oh, my people lost. Hey, I wanna talk to you now. I wanna. Yes, family. If you're not learning, you're not growing. And if you're not growing, you're not living. You're just a bunch of walking dead. And I know you don't want to be a bunch of walking deads around here. So please wake up, live up. I always move with a heart of love. Make your intentions be pure. I beg, one love. That was said. I see them lost in illusion. I see them lost in delusions. And now they reside in a state of confusion. I see them lost in illusion. Oh, thank you, family.
Yes, y'all saw me just now, right? Oh my goodness. I bet you lost in that vocal, right? It's just beautiful. Give it up one more time for Empress Nikki Blaze. A blaze of fire. We're raising the spirit of Marcus Garvey. Did you notice how Marcus Garvey made that pull up? You noticed that, right? Ancestors, we woke him up. He watching. I hope you watching too. And if you didn't tell a friend, go and tell a friend right now. So before Nikki Blaze went on, we was waiting for Mrs. Jean Garvey, and she's returning. She's ready for you. But before I bring her or introduce her once again, listen, get a pen and a paper or pencil or crayon or marker, whatever you have to write this address down. www.change.org/ now, clear Garvey's name.com. One more time, because I know you had to get a marker or a pencil or a pen something. Change.org. Thank you for that. See, I was so excited, I just passed that part. .org/ clear Garvey's name with an S.com. Okay, you go there right now, and we need your help to sign this petition to clear Marcus Garvey's name from the false accusation of criminal activities. And that is what Mrs. Jean Garvey is speaking to you all, to myself, to all of us about. So listen, learn, educate. As we were reminded earlier, we have to educate ourselves. We have to. So, Mrs. Garvey, I think we're ready for you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jean Garvey. I am delighted and honored to be in the company of friends, colleagues. You want me to stop? Other presenters and listeners worldwide as we gather to celebrate what would have been the 131st birthday of our honored leader and my father-in-law, the Right Honorable Marcus Mosiah. Oh, what would he be thinking today, watching us in the whirlwind? As we move forward with the issue of exoneration of his name, bear with me a little as we explore how we got from there to where we are today. And let me also thank the dedicated committee for inviting me to participate as we move forward. The exoneration of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, human rights activist, champion for the liberation of peoples of African descent worldwide, greatest Pan-African leader ever, and founder of the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League, popularly known as the UNIA. Even though many of you may be aware of some information about Marcus Garvey, let me remind you of a little of the background and the genesis leading up to this action. Little more than 100 years ago, Marcus Garvey and the organization he founded, the UNIA, and assembled some 2,500 delegates from all over the world for the very first national chapters in the United States at that time, and more than 100 chapters worldwide, with more than 6 to 8 million followers. Think about that in 1920. Among some of the 54 resolutions passed at that convention were the establishment of the founding of a Pan-African nation without borders, complete with its own flag, which he gave them, the red, black, and green, a national anthem, the Universal Ethiopian Anthem, a holiday to celebrate the nation, popularly set at August 31st, a fleet of ships, the Black Star Line, to transport cargo and passengers between the African continent, the Caribbean, and the Americas. He also established the Negro Factories Corporation, a chain of grocery stores, a restaurant, millineries, and a publishing house from which he published his paper, The Negro World. Just imagine this being done by a Black man in 1920, unheard of in that time. This demonstration of economic strength and power, backed by the African League, shocked the foundation of the British and French colonialism nations and racist systems of the United States of America. Well, needless to say, this did not sit well with colonial masters, and Marcus Garvey immediately became a marked man and the target for destruction by the US and other European nations. They even joined forces to prohibit Mr. Garvey from traveling to the African continent, so he could not spread his philosophy of Garveyism as a transformational movement and freeing the minds of the Black populace. J. Edgar Hoover, then a young agent at the Bureau of Investigation, the precursor of the FBI, immediately started to find ways to curtail the success of such ambitious plans and to silence this outspoken activism and talk of Black nationalism. The organization was spied on, disrupted, and sabotaged. An attempt was made on Garvey's life. He was wounded by 4 bullets, but survived. His assailant was captured in the Liberty Hall headquarters in Harlem. That's where Mr. Garvey had his organization headquarters. And interestingly, the perpetrator was said to have committed suicide 24 hours later in police custody. Need we have to wonder about that narrative? The Bureau even hired its first Black FBI agent to spy on Garvey, a first for them. In 1923, the US District Attorney of the Southern District of New York brought charges of conspiracy to commit mail fraud against Mr. Garvey. He was tried and convicted in 1925, with the only evidence being an empty envelope presented by a perjured witness who couldn't remember what in the envelope. He served 2 years and 9 months in the federal penitentiary in Atlanta, Georgia. Back to his homeland of Jamaica in 19. Fast forward to a more current time. In 1987, the two Garvey children, including my husband, appeared before the House Judiciary Committee, chaired by Representative John Conyers at the time, and gave testimony along with the following historians: Doctors John Clark, Tony Martin, Robert Hill, and Judith Stein, all declaring Mr. Garvey's innocence. The Honorable Charles R. Rangel, now deceased, chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee, co-sponsored House resolutions annually for several years to exonerate Mr. Garvey, to no avail. As 2015, then President Barack Obama was petitioned to clear Garvey's name by issuing a posthumous pardon declaring his innocence. The analysis of the trial, its legal and unjust proceedings were well documented by the Washington-based law firm of Aiken, Gump, Strauss, Hank, and Feld, LLP. It did not happen then, and President Obama left office with no response. Marcus Messiah Garvey, this iconic figure and champion for the liberation of peoples of African descent, deserves to have his good name cleared. Our very own Jamaican American representative in Congress, Representative Yvette Clarke of the 9th Congressional District of New York, has now introduced House Resolution Bill 148 to the US Congress, asking for the exoneration of the Right Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, first national hero of Jamaica, to clear his good name and affirm his innocence of crimes for which he was unjustly prosecuted and convicted. At this juncture, we will ask that all our listeners, friends, and participants write to their various congressional representatives, support House Resolution Bill number 148 in this upcoming session of the US Congress. Thank you so much in advance for your support. Remember also, the time has come. It is now. If not now, when? Let us never, ever, ever forget. We also have to thank Mayor Hazel Rogers and the beautiful mayor of the beautiful area right here in our own state of Florida. She is heading up our local committee here in Florida. And throughout this program, I was told that we would be flashing on the screen links where you can go and join the petition. Example, change.com. And there's another link I'd like for you to use, justice, the numeral 4, garvey.org. Let's get together and do our jobs. And from there on, after exoneration, let's move forward. Our next attempt will be reparations. which is more than overdue, the race of the Black people. Thank you so much. Have a great evening and a vacation. Thanks.
Beautiful. Come on, snap it up. Snap it up. Determination. We're raising the spirit of Marcus Messiah Garvey. We will not let the internet disrupt us. We're going to keep it moving, and we're going to keep sharing the information. Doesn't that sound familiar nowadays, though? It's the same thing that's continuously happening, and it's up to us. Unity. We got to come together. You know what I mean? If we don't come together, no one's going to do it for us. It's always been us. And you know, our race is very strong because we keep coming out on top regardless. So again, we want to say thank you to the one and only Mrs. Jean Garvey. And I have a correction to make, right? So the website, once again, you got your pencil, crayon, pen, marker, paper, fingers? www.change.org/clear Garvey's name, period, no .com, okay? Go on there, share it with your family, share it with your friends, share it with your community, because we got to sign this petition to clear the name of Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. Indeed, 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 indeed. So I thank Mrs. Jean Garvey for sharing that information. We learn every day, and it's a blessing, right? Right? So what we're coming up to next, oh, you was clapping for me? Go ahead. Go ahead. Thank you. And I'm snapping for you for keeping up with us, right? That's what's up. So tonight, we are definitely giving out some community service awards, okay? So our very first one is gonna go out to Michael R. Duncan. You don't know who that is, right? Great, because you're gonna learn tonight. It's great to learn. Michael R. Duncan, after immigrating to the U.S. from the Caribbean island nation of Jamaica in 1978, Michael Duncan settled in Brooklyn, New York. Initially, Michael Duncan thought he was a Jamaican. Listen to this. But after reading the philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey at the age of 17, he realized that he was an African born in Jamaica. I'm an African born in America. That's what they told me. Afterwards, he attended Baruch College of the City University of New York, graduating with a bachelor's degree in accounting. Now, by the 1990s, Mr. Duncan and his family moved to Southeast Queens, where he soon revitalized the Rosedale Soccer Club. He wanted to make a difference, so he got involved in helping the youth build character through sports, especially a team sport such as football, also otherwise called soccer. That makes sense, doesn't it? Soccer really is football because they use their feet, and the American football use hand, but we'll come back to that. He was certain that if people act as a team, they can better their neighborhoods, respect each other, and improve their lot in life, all of which he learned from the teachings of Marcus Messiah Garvey. For the last 20 years, he has volunteered in the public school system, having been elected Parent-Teacher Association President at PS 195, at Junior High School 231, and at Springfield's Garden High School. He is a mathematics, science, and the arts. He is a strong advocate of after-school program so that the teachings of mathematics, science, and the arts can be improved in schools in order for African melanated / Black people to reclaim our stolen legacy. On August 19 now, 2016, Michael R. Duncan was elected President General of the Universal Negro Improvement Association, becoming the 10th successor to the UNIA founder. Marcus Messiah Garvey, the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League is a social, friendly, humanitarian, charitable, educational, institutional, constructive, and expansive society organized for the general upliftment of the black melanated African people of the world. You got to snap that up. Like, that's works. That's works. And all that is on volunteer. Mr. Duncan is happily married to his wife, Sophia. They have 4 children. In addition to the many hats that Michael Duncan wears as President General of the UNIA, ACL, husband, father, business owner, community leader, and soccer club president, he is also the host of the community-focused radio show on Irie Jam Radio, WVIP 93.5 FM in New York. He's on from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Mondays and Tuesdays every week. He's on now, actually. Irie Jam Radio, WVIP 93.5 FM in New York. I hope you are logging in. Have that locked in, all right? Mr. Duncan uses this media as a platform to organize his community in order to address the conditions that affect them, whether it be policing, education, lack of wealth creation, housing, mass incarceration, or politics, to name a few of the issues that he speaks on. He also uses the program to rebuild the UNIA. So the community-focused radio show is the only Caribbean and soul food buffet restaurant in Queens and the Rockaways. I gotta snap it up because it's kind of challenging to do that in New York, right? The Jamaica Breeze restaurant has become a mainstay in the community, creating more than 20 jobs in the community, thus buoying the local economy. In addition, Jamaica Breeze gives a monthly portion of its intake to worthy causes affecting African melanated black people. Mr. Duncan is not only actively engaged in community building, keynote address, which follows this Marcus Garvey Community Service Award to him from none other than the Roots Foundation. Can you please make a harmonious sound wherever you are right now and give a shout out to UNIA President General Michael Duncan.
You just meet and become friends. Do you know every friend I have, with the exception of you and the recent, every friend I have, I met in school. Everyone here, we were soulmates. Everybody I became friends I met in school, meaning we socialized, we were in classes, and we became friends. And to this day, these are lifelong friends.
Yes.
I think a lot of children nowadays miss that.
Exactly. Just caught up in the video games, being on the phone, being on the computer, just doing everything. It's just too much, and we need for them to be involved, more involved. Yes. A very good evening. How are you? Hello? I'm not hearing you clear. It's somewhat fuzzy. You sound a little low.
We're communicating through a computer right now.
Your microphone is somewhat muzzled. Are you hearing it clear? Okay. All right, brothers and sisters. Thank you. It's an honor to be here. Roots Extravaganza, I want to thank you so much. I couldn't have experienced a greater thing being honored on this day, the Earth Day of the Prophet, Marcus Messiah Garvey, to me, the greatest man that ever walked Earth. So I want to sincerely thank you for recognizing me with a Community Service Award through the works of doing the work of the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. My name is Michael Duncan. I'm the 10th successor to the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, 11th President General of the UNIA ACL, and I'm happy to serve in this position, to be able to serve African people all over the world. Brothers and sisters, it's a task by itself to be in those shoes that Marcus Garvey stood in, and I'm not able to fill them all by myself. But we want to continue to canonize the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey for what he has done. And especially on his birthday, we just can't thank him enough for everything he has done for us and our people. Mr. Garvey's vision, Africa for the African, served as an inspiration to many Black nationalists who brought on the fight for freedom and self-determination based on Mr. Garvey's guidance. If it were not for him, it wouldn't be possible. Imagine what Mr. Garvey meant to the African world here in these United States and other parts. Take for Harlem example, when he got there and he mentioned those few words, Black is beautiful. My brothers and sisters, they couldn't understand why this man was saying Black was beautiful when we were taught that our skin is actually a badge of shame and not a glorious symbol of national greatness. Mr. Garvey changed that paradigm. He taught us that, yes, our Black skin, our African skin with the melanin is a sign of national greatness. And as such, we as African people in these regions looked up on our dark skin with a different sense of pride because Mr. Garvey. Brothers and sisters, Mr. Garvey created the UNIA, the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League. And he couldn't give us anything better. With that, on August 13th, 1920, he gave us our flag, the red, the black, and the green. People often refer to the Black flag as the Pan-Africanist flag, as the Black nationalist flag, but it's actually the UNIA ACL flag created by Mr. Garvey. Brothers and sisters, historians have said to us, Martin Luther King have said to us, Malcolm X said it's great. He said, had it not been for Malcolm X, for Mr. Garvey, we wouldn't have seen a Malcolm X, or we wouldn't have seen a King. Mr. King said, special thanks and praise must be given to this African prophet, Marcus Garvey, who showed us the way of salvation. Historians tell us clear what he did, and he did it, and how he did it was impossible. It was not supposed to happen until 300 years from today. But we know that our ancestors and God himself was working with Mr. Garvey. Brothers and sisters, on a ship from London to Kingston in 1914, Mr. Garvey asked those prominent questions. Where's the Black man king? Where's his kingdom? Where are his people of high places? Where are our supermarkets? Mr. Garvey said, I could not find them. Therefore, I'm going to help you make them. We are happy that he made that decision. But brothers and sisters, we haven't carried on the baton that Mr. Garvey left prominently. because we still have to ask ourselves all these questions again. We work so much money, but we have to ask ourselves, where are our banks? We like our cultural food. We have to ask ourselves, where are our supermarkets? My brothers and sisters, we have to build them. Mr. Garvey left a legacy for us. And it's up to us if we want to continue to promote it, to build it. Brothers and sisters, we to follow the philosophy of the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. I must say to you that every word that comes out of my mouth are the same words that came out of Mr. Garvey's mouth. He left a black print for us that is full proof that if we follow his black print, we are bound to have success as a people, and we will be able to build that base for future generations to stand on. So brothers and sisters, we're asking you for us to stand up and live like Mr. Garvey. Roots Extravaganza, you are promoting education, culture among our people. We believe that if Garvey and Garveyism are taught in school, our children will be less likely to turn the guns on themselves. If Garvey and Garvey are taught in our school, our children will be more confident to know that they can own business, control their own business, and run their own business. We have two businesses that are totally inspired by the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. All we did was to follow his black print. Here in New York City, 5 years ago, we created what was called the Restaurant Owners Corp. We call it the ROC. Through that, we got 190 people to invest $1.7 million, where we created our own wholesale supermarket, where we are buying and selling our foods to ourselves. And how we created that, brothers and sisters, we got people to buy shares in this company, just like people bought in the Factory Workers Corp Mr. Garvey had then, just like people bought into the Black Star Line Steamship Corp. In 1919, Mr. Garvey charged $5 per share, brothers and sisters. What we did with a 5% cost of living adjustment, those $5 then equal $600 today. And that's exactly what we charge our members to buy a share in this corporation. And I must say to you, currently today, we are issuing dividends, and our investors are receiving dividends anywhere from $38 to $13,000, and that's following the principle of the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. What else we have done? Mr. Garvey said it best. He said, let Africa be our guiding star. Let Africa be our stars of destiny. And as such, we have established a relationship with the people and the government of Liberia. We have created Liberty Farm, where we're planting fruits and vegetables. And in the next 3 years, we intend to occupy about 3,000 to 5,000 more acres of land to do agriculture, to be able to feed our people there and send some of the products here. Ultimately, within the next 2 or 3 years, we are looking to build that city Mr. Garvey spoke about in Liberia. Mr. Garvey said it best: what man has done, man can do, and we intend to do it. Time is of the essence, brothers and sisters. I don't know how much time I have. However, they brought up Mr. Garvey on trumped-up charges. They had him in court in the 1920s in New York City. And while Mr. Garvey was defending himself, Mr. Garvey was getting the better of the U.S. attorney. Then the U.S. attorney turned around and addressed the jurors. His exact words were, "Are you going to let the tiger go? Are you going to let the tiger go?" Brothers and sisters, they convicted Mr. Garvey. They sent him to prison. before Mr. Garvey was locked up, some of our people asked him questions. They said, would you change the way you did things? Mr. Garvey said it clear. Mr. Garvey said, when I did what I did, I knew exactly what would happen to me. However, he said, men who are in earnest are unafraid of consequences. Therefore, we must do what we must do for our people, regardless of the consequences. Brothers and sisters, as I said, Mr. Garvey is the greatest man that ever walked earth. They locked up the prophet in the federal penitentiary in Atlanta, and Mr. Garvey was convinced that they were going to kill him in prison. So while being there, he wrote a letter and asked for that letter to be distributed to all Africans all over the world to ensure them that no matter what, he will be with them. So my brothers and sisters, I would like for you to be patient with me as I bring Mr. Garvey words through that letter right here and right now. In that letter, Mr. Garvey said, after my enemies are satisfied, I shall come back to serve. He said, in life I shall be the same, but in death I shall be a terror to the foes of black liberty. If death has power, count on me, the real Marcus Garvey. If I may come in a cyclone, pestilence, or as God would have me, don't you know I shall never desert you and make your enemies triumph over you? Would I not go to hell 1,000,000 times for you? Would I not cry at the footstool of the Lord omnipotent for you? Would I not walk the earth like the ghost of Macbeth for you? Brothers and sisters, then why be sad? Cheer up and be assured that if it takes 1,000,000 years, the sins of our enemies shall visit the 1,000,000 generation of those who hinder and oppress us. If I die in Atlanta, my work then shall only begin, for I shall live in the spiritual to see the days of Africa's glory. Look for me in the whirlwind. Look for me in the storm. Look for me all around you, for with God's grace and blessing, I shall rise again. When I am dead, wrap me in the mantle of the red, black, and green, for in the new life, I shall bring those slaves who have been killed in the Caribbean, North America, and Africa to aid us in the fight for freedom, liberty, and life. One God, one aim, one destiny. Brothers and sisters, I thank the ancestors. I thank our gods for sending Marcus Garvey forth to show us the way to salvation. Brothers and sisters, we must join his ranks, join the movement that he created to ensure that Mr. Garvey is never dead. Our ancestors only die when we stop talking about them, when we stop canonizing them. Brothers and sisters, again, thank you for the award. I am honored to be honored tonight. Blessings to each and every one of you. Roots Extravaganza, please continue to be a disciple. Please continue to be one of those cubs of the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. I sincerely thank you.
With Irie Live radio show. Yes, it was a powerful speech that he read for us by the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. So I thank you and much respect to you and congratulations once again, Michael Duncan. You well deserve it. Our next performance, we want to give you some music vibes. The next performance I'm going to introduce to you is none other than A.J. Brown. He is a veteran soloist, and he is the lead singer of Third World Band. Oh, you're going to learn it tonight if you don't know. A.J. Brown, it's yours.
Jamaica's first national hero, Marcus Messiah Garvey, is beloved in the Caribbean, the Americas, and in Africa. Marcus Messiah Garvey is the godfather and patron of the cultural arts in Jamaica and the Harlem Renaissance in the USA. This is the 134th anniversary of his birth in St. Anne's, Jamaica, and I am very honored and privileged and humbled to be part of this celebration. I'm A.J. Brown. Just some little words to help you make you know yourself. Listen. A nation without any history is like a tree without roots. That kind of tree can never bear no fruit. No. Before you dance abroad, you've got to learn to dance a yard. Self-empowerment don't even cost a cent. Hey, just some little words of wisdom. Alright. To lead your minds to freedom. Oh, hey, yeah. Just some little words of wisdom. Hey. To lead your minds to freedom. Listen up. Don't watch and expect any handouts you can do for yourself. Just put your shoulder to the wheel and I'm sure you will help yourself. Hey. Learn a little more about your history so you can better know yourself. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. Hey, just some little words of wisdom. Alright. To lead your minds to freedom. Freedom of speech, yeah. Just some little words of wisdom. Freedom of expression, yeah. To lead your minds to freedom. Listen, just some words to lead your minds to freedom. Freedom of expression, yeah. And in all this, remember the Father, the one who gave you life. Remember, without him, you can never survive. No. He is your rock and your fortress in any time of need. Remember when you tried, he would be your guiding light. Hey, just some little words of wisdom. Oh yes. To lead your minds to freedom. Oh hey, yeah. Just some little words of wisdom. Hey. To lead your minds to freedom. Just some words. Just some words. Just some words. Hey. A nation without any history is like a tree without roots. That kind of tree can never bear no fruit. No. Before you dance abroad, you've got to learn to dance a yard. Self-empowerment don't even cost a cent. Hey, just some little words of wisdom. Oh yes, to lead your minds to freedom. Oh hey, yeah, just some little words of wisdom. Well, to lead your minds to freedom. Open your minds. So you can better know yourself, yeah. Open your minds. So you can better know yourself. Open your minds. So you can better know yourself. See that? Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. That was A.J. Brown, our veteran soloist and the lead singer of Third World Band. So once again, snap it up, giving us the message, the words of wisdom. Thank you. Our next Community Service Award is going to go out to the beautiful Dr. Malu C. Harrison. Here's a briefing on her. Dr. Malu C. Harrison a graduate of St. Hugh's High School in Jamaica. She is respected community leader with more than 35 years of transformative leadership experiences, championing the cause of underserved students and public higher education in the United States. Before coming to Miami-Dade College, Dr. Harrison worked at the State University of New York in Buffalo as the assistant to the director of the Trio Educational Opportunity Center. Dr. Harrison joined Miami-Dade College in 1989, and since then she has served in various capacities at the college, including serving as chief of staff to the college president, as executive assistant to the president of Wilson campus, as adjunct professor of English for academic purposes of Wilson campus, of Wilson downtown Miami campus, as dean of students, and as president of multiple campuses. Dr. Harrison is the current provost of Miami-Dade College. She took on her new role in January 2021. Throughout her tenure, she has led the establishment of many high-impact partnerships, initiatives at the college that have furthered equity, academic excellence, and student success. Dr. Harrison has been at the helm of resource development that has garnered substantial funding from a combination of private sources as well as public funders, such as the National Science Foundation and the U.S. Department of Education, as well as numerous educational and undergraduate science research programs aimed at advancing minority students' attainment in STEM discipline. She is also a prolific writer on educational issues. In 2019, Dr. Harrison authored a chapter titled Toward Equity, the Immigrant Experience at the Miami-Dade College, for the book Working Toward an Equitable and Prosperous Future for All, How Community Colleges and Immigrants Are Changing America. She also penned a chapter entitled Community Colleges, Fertile Ground for Black Male Student Success in the 2018 book Engaging African American Males in Community College. Dr. Harrison serves on several boards, including the National Advisory Board of the Community College Consortium on Immigrant Education, then Board of Director of Thriving Minds of South Florida, the Board of Director of Central Campesino, the Board of Directors of the Miami-Dade Urban Debate League, and the Board of Director of the Miami Book Fair International. As a community volunteer, Dr. Harrison works with clients of Camilla's House. Camilla House is a nonprofit that provides aid to the poor and homeless here in Miami. She also works with Meals of Hope, a nonprofit that helps to feed less fortunate individuals locally and globally. She has been recognized with the Florida College System's Cameron Hall Practitioner Award for demonstrating high levels of student advocacy and humanitarianism. The Educate Tomorrow Founders Award for Leadership and Foster Youth Student Achievements, the Nigerian American Foundation Educator Leadership Award, the South Florida Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Leadership Award, Miami-Dade County's In the Company of Women Award for Education and Research, the Women Mean Business International Conference Trailblazing Women Award, and the Jamaican Consulate General Community Leader Award. Now, she has a Marcus Garvey Community Service Award presented by the Roots Foundation to go along with all the others. Without further ado, please stand up and give her an amazing round of applause. Dr. Malu C. Harrison.
Mr. Malu.
Thank you so very much.
Marcus Garvey, Roots Extravaganza, 2021. Community Service Award presented by Roots Foundation, Inc. to Malu C. Harrison for your exceptional and exemplary contribution to the South Florida community, Tuesday, August 17, 2021.
This is an accomplished Rasta woman. That is the one thing that wasn't in that bio. That this is a Rasta woman that has helped a whole heap of roots activities in Miami and Florida and elsewhere over the years. So don't take her simple.
And it is my personal sister, so I give thanks.
Oh, Mr. CG, come in too. This is a Miami thing, so. Say a few words, please, Sister Malou.
Greetings, everyone, and let me say that it is truly an honor to accept this award, this Educator Award from Roots Foundation. Thank you so much, Jabulani, Priest Dougie Smith, my brethren from way back when. Consul General Oliver Mayer in the House, everyone here today and those who are with us from afar. This, you've heard so much about me in that introduction, and thank you for that generous introduction. But my work really is about the development of people, our people. And as an educator, let me tell you that I firmly believe that education is the key. When I think about the Right Honorable Marcus Garvey, and Pan-African patriarch, prophet, teacher, philosopher, Marcus Garvey revered education. Whether you go to school to earn a degree, or to earn a trade, or knowledge that will bring you much closer to understanding your own history, the people of the world, education is the key. It is what will free all of us. It's one thing that nobody can take from us, and that's not cliche. That's absolutely true. And when I think of Nelson Mandela, the great, great Nelson Mandela, who said education is the most powerful weapon to transform the world, that is what my life's work has been about. And I accept this award on behalf of all of the students that have come through my heart and my hands over the years, and I hope that each and every one of us will provide that opportunity for our youth to be educated and to be free. And as Mr. Duncan said, the Right Honorable Marcus Garvey did not see businesses owned by Black people. He did not see banks or supermarkets. Let's arm ourselves with those tools so we can be self-sufficient as a race. Up, you mighty race. Let's move forward. Thank you.
The world today is indebted to us to the benefits of civilization. They stole our arts and sciences from Africa. Then why not see good and perfection in ourselves? Remember that the Jew in his political and economic origin is always first a Jew. The white man is first a white man under all circumstances, so you can do no less than be black, buy black, and then all else will take place. Let no one inoculate you with evil doctrines to suit their own conveniences. Charity begins at home, so foster thyself be true, and thou canst not then be false to any man. Being scientifically the weaker race, you must treat others only as they treat you. But in your homes and everywhere possible, you must teach the higher development of science to your children. so that we can have a race of scientists par excellence. For in science and religion lies our only hope to withstand the evil designs of modern materialism. Black people the world over should practice one faith, and that's a confidence in themselves, with one God, one aim, and one destiny. Never forget your God. Remember, we live, work, and pray for the binding of a racial hierarchy, a racial empire whose only natural, spiritual, and political limit shall be God and Africa, at home and abroad. Because we are the descendants of a suffering people. We are the descendants of a people determined to suffer no longer.
Yes. Listen, powerful. In the spirit of Marcus Messiah Garvey, Ron Bob Simple. You all have to look into him. Like, amazing. Like, he just, when he speaks, you feel it. You feel the goosebumps. I just love it. Now, it is now with utmost honor that I introduce to you Roots President, none other than Priest Dougie. Let's give it up, snap it up, honor it up, respect. Priest Dougie.
Up you mighty race, you can accomplish what you will. One God, one aim, one destiny. Yes, as we celebrate the 134th anniversary of Marcus Garvey's birth, I give thanks. It is 81 years now since the Honorable Prophet has departed us and transcended to the ancestors. And today, we are talking about Marcus Garvey in the 21st century. He is still relevant. As a matter of fact, he's more relevant today than he was back then. His teachings, his philosophy, they apply today more so. As a matter of fact, the reason why we call him the prophet is because he saw these times that we are living in, these unprecedented times. You know, Garvey tried to prepare us as a race for these times, where we would be independent, self-sufficient, relying on ourselves and our ingenuity for what we needed. So today, as we look in this pandemic time, we see that we as a people, we are unprepared. We are at the mercy of the system to provide any assistance that we may need to fight this pandemic. Our countries that they call third world countries, our developing countries, are struggling under the economic yoke of poverty. Well, this is the time to step up and do as Marcus Garvey has taught us. Find the solidarity we need as a people to create those supermarkets that Michael Duncan spoke of, those industries that we need to provide for our communities. The Roots Foundation has existed over 15 years here in South Florida, trying to bridge a gap. We host this annual extravaganza not as an entertainment, but as an edutainment. We are here to educate our people about the philosophy, the opinion, and the legacy that Marcus Garvey has left us. He has left us a literary legacy. His writings cover from a pin to an anchor. Anything that you can think of, Marcus Garvey spoke on it. He has left a black print to what we call nation development. We are a race. We are not yet returned to being a nation. We were once a nation. As Marcus Garvey said, we were great and we will be great again, but we are not there yet because we yet to find that cohesiveness as a people that we need to build our own communities. And not just build our communities here in the West, but to redeem the continent of Africa from the pangs of the oppressors that ravage the continent today. So, as we stand here and we celebrate the Honorable Prophet, I would call upon my people to stand up and let their voices be heard. As the great songwriter Peter McIntosh said, get up and stand up for your rights. I would be, derelict in my duty if I did not speak of the atrocity that just took place in Jamaica recently, where a young Rastafari princess was accosted by the police and trimmed. Her locks was forcefully cut by the police, displaying the kind of self-hate that we have been taught, post-slavery. Residual effects, that continue to haunt us, what they call post-traumatic slavery syndrome. We need to rise up above these self-hate practices and start to love ourselves again. Love each other. We need to return to being our brothers and our sisters' keeper. So as time is fast running, I and I give thanks for this evening for all who have taken time out to be a part of this program. And, I would like to at this time present, the CG, the Council General, Oliver Meir, with hot off the press, a book that Roots Foundation just published. It's called Rastafari in the 21st Century, What Life Has Taught I and I, a tribute to the elders. If you want to know more about the Honorable Prophet Marcus Garvey, not just what has been written out there, but some inside details, pick up this book. CG, this one is yours.
Let's give a big round of applause to President Priest Dougie. None of these gentlemen here are wagonists. They are gentlemen that have been spreading the message for so many years, and I salute them. And I'm calling on the community to purchase this book. It's very important that we support the work. And I'm calling on everybody watching this evening to make a purchase. So you can reach out to rootsfoundation@gmail.com. Jabelani, Priest Dougie, I'm going to ask you to give me a list of the names of everybody who has made a purchase, so I can call those who have not yet done so. We must support the work. Right. We must support the work. And in this regard, I would get in trouble this evening if I didn't play special tribute to my good friend, Mayor Hazel Rogers. Right? Mayor Hazel Rogers and the entire coalition committee, the Marcus Garvey Coalition Committee, that has been meeting weekly for the last 4 to 5 months at least. Clear Garvey's name. Working very hard. And Hazel Rogers, Mayor Hazel Rogers, has been doing a fantastic job. I want to salute you, Mayor Rogers, and all the persons who have signed to the petition. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the fire going. Congratulations. Sir Dougie, please come in as we take a picture together. All right. And I'll start calling people as of tomorrow, right? Let's support the work. Thank you.
Yes, CG, we give thanks, for his continuous support. But most of all, I have to mention, Queen Mother Cheryl Winters. Yes. She is an integral part of this consulate here in Miami. And she has been a solid support to Roots Foundation for many years. As a matter of fact, she's an honorary. She received one of our community service awards. But beyond that, she continuously, she calls us and she holds us to task. Even when we feel a little weary and think that we want to put down, the job, she pokes us and make us know that, no, we still have a journey to go. So Cheryl, we give thanks. Oh gosh, I was just told by the CG that she got a national award. So you see, we are in the presence of great people between Malu Harrison, Cheryl Winters, and the CG. Tonight we are in the presence of royalty. People, we give thanks humbly and continue to be the servants of the people. Bless.
So very, very humble. Y'all give it up one more time for Roots President, Priest Dougie Smith. And I also want to pin in Roots Foundation family, very honorable. It's always an honor to be in their presence. So let's snap it up for Roots Foundation President and Vice President that keeps this going for us every year. Now we have a tribute to the late Pan-African historian and research specialist, the late Dr. Runoko Rashidi. Check this out.
Black men of Carthage, black men of Ethiopia, Timbuktu, and Alexandria gave the light of civilization to this world. Ethiopians shall stretch forth their hands unto God, and princes shall come out of Egypt.
So come celebrate Marcus Garvey's 125th birthday anniversary at the 2012 Roots Extravaganza with guest of honor and keynote speaker, historian, lecturer, and world traveler, Dr. Runoko Rashidi. Friday, August 17, 2012, 7 p.m. to 12 midnight. Carter Park, 1450 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Marcus Garvey's influence and impact on African history was the focus of Dr. Rashidi's keynote presentation in Fort Lauderdale. As was customary, Dr. Rashidi's presentation was enhanced and illustrated by exclusive slides and photographs snapped during his global travels. Speaking about Marcus Garvey, Rashidi said, and I quote, "I love Marcus Garvey, and I love the spirit of Marcus Garvey," unquote. Born in 1954, Dr. Runoko Rashidi was a historian, research specialist, writer, world traveler, and public lecturer, whose chief focus was the African foundation of world civilizations and the African presence in Asia, Australia, and the Pacific Islands. Dr. Rashidi made his famous slide presentations at more than 125 colleges, universities, schools, libraries, bookstores, churches, and community centers nationwide in the United States. And he visited 124 countries and lectured in over 50 of them worldwide. Dr. Rashidi is the author of many books, including The Black Image in Antiquity, Introduction to the Study of African Classical Civilizations, and the African Presence in Early Asia, which he edited along with Dr. Ivan van Sertima. In all, he wrote some 22 books. As an essayist and contributing writer, Dr. Rashidi's articles and historical essays covering the global African presence have appeared in more than 75 publications. Runoko believed that his main mission in life was to help make Africans proud of themselves, to help change the way Africa is viewed in the world, and to help reunite the black family of people that has been separated for far too long. Runoko Rashidi passed on to the ancestors on August 2nd, 2021, at the age of 66, while on his annual visit to Egypt. The Roots Foundation family send our condolences to his immediate family, close friends, and his academic associates. He will be greatly missed. Yep, take her.
Yes, be greatly missed. And that was in honor of Runoko Rashidi. That's a tribute. And listen, we love to learn. Thank you so much for that beautiful tribute. Now we have our live performance, another one for you. And this one is, of course, equally amazing. Equally amazing, you know? You had Nikki Blaze earlier. We had guest speakers, Dr. Malu Harrison. You know, you had the drumming finger dancers and drummers. Like, it's the president general consul. He's just life in oneself. You had priest Dougie Smith, an extremely humble soul, and just always living to give, to teach, to share. And I mean, as an MC, I'm just so honored. You know, I love to do what I do, but it's so much sweeter when everyone that is involved is just as powerful, just as beautiful, just as amazing. I pray that you full join this session tonight. Are you? Yeah? You can nod, it's okay. I see you. Trust me, I see you. You don't know that, but I see you. You didn't nod. I need you to nod now. Right, right. So our next performance, it's from beautiful brothers. I am my brother's keeper. I always say that. And I just love to big up the brothers because, you know what, society beat them down so much. And if it's not us, then who? So these two brothers, they are known as two of a kind, Sean and Shane. They are from Jamaica, residing right now in Florida. They have their label called Kinda Music. And the new EP right now, out on all platforms, titled She's Bad. Check them out. Two of a kind. Let's make some sound. Snap it up.
Thank you. Before we start, I'm Shane and this is my brother. And I'm
Go ahead.
Before we start, we want to say, take a moment and do two things. So a moment of silence for two things. A moment of silence for our brothers and sisters in Haiti who is going through a tragic situation right now. And a moment of silence for the rising spirit of Marcus Garvey to come continually crashing into us.
Ashe.
So a moment of silence. Yes. Let's do some singing now. You ready?
Give I faith, oh Jaja, to deal with these trials I encounter. Give I strength, the strength of 7 Nyabingi warriors. Give I a little more oil in my lamp, so it may burn a little bit brighter. Faith to tolerate, oh great Jah, give us faith, yes. See, a man got to be so strong. So strong. There's so much things going on. Even if I try to hold my mouth, there's always something to draw me out. Help me to hold my peace, Lord, yes. Help me to stand my ground, Lord, yes. Corruption is on the increase, and morals are going down. Give I faith, oh Jaja, to deal with these trials I encounter. Give I strength, the strength of 10 Nyabingi warriors. Give I a little more oil in my lamp, so it may burn a little bit brighter. Faith to tolerate, oh great Jah, give I faith, yes. There are so many snares out there, still I man got to persevere. Yes, I just cast all my fears aside. I trust in Jah and I make my strides. So hard up my steps, there, good Lord. Refresh me with every breath. Hear and answer, Most High King. My prayer and song I sing. Give I faith, faith, oh Jah, faith, oh Jah. Give I strength, strength, oh Jah, strength, oh Jah. Give I faith, yes, to deal with things and I go under. Give I strength, strength, oh Jah.
little faith, faith, oh Jah, yes. Give I a little faith, faith, oh Jah, yes.
Faith, oh Jah,
Faith, oh Jah,
faith, oh Jah,
faith, oh Jah, yeah.
Jah, I'm crying to you. Faith, oh Jah, Jah, faith, oh Jah, Jah, faith, oh Jah. Strength.
Faith, oh Jah, Jah, faith, oh Jah.
We thank you so much.
Yeah.
Honoring Marcus Garvey. We're two of a kind and we're coming to you live.
All right, this one is called Toughest People. It needs no explanation.
Toughest people. Toughest people. Toughest people.
Yes.
We want to take this one from the top again once more. We want to do it for everyone who feeling it.
Yeah.
Marcus Garvey. Toughest people. Toughest people.
Yes.
Look here.
We've been through the rain, we've been through heartaches and pain, time and time and time again. We stress and strain, yet we still sustain.
Been through bell and back, yeah man, we've been through dark. Fling me down and we bounce right back. I tell you that it's a proven fact.
The more we're faced with challenges is the more we find ways to cope.
The more they wanna see us sink is the more we float. Them try all kind of things to get me out, but you just can't get me out of the race. Yeah.
And that's the way it goes. That's just the way it goes.
Now go see we follow.
We're here for the long haul.
Man, that's just the way it goes.
Yes, sir.
Rastafari, he made it so. We're some of the toughest people.
Coming from where we're from, so much we've overcome, but the work's still not done. The battle hasn't yet been won.
The times are still so tough. All the times are still so rough. So it is still asks of us to be tough, and we must.
The more we're faced with despair is the more we find rays of hope.
The more they wanna see us sink is the more Jah keep we afloat. Them try all kind of things to get we out, but you just can't get me out of the race.
That's the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. Now go see we, now go see we follow. We're here for the long haul.
But that's just the way it goes. Rastafari made it so. We're some of the toughest people. Tough people. My people. Tough people.
The more we're faced with challenges is the more we cope.
The more they wanna see us sink is the more Jah keep we afloat. Them try all kind of things to get me out, but you just can't get me out of the race. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And that's the way it goes.
Man, that's just the way it goes. Now go see we fall. No, we're for the long haul. That's just the way it goes.
Yes,
Rastafari, he made it so. We're some of the toughest people. We're some of the toughest people.
With all that we've been through,
we're some of the toughest people.
And we still have to go through.
Some of the toughest people.
All in all,
some of the toughest people. And with all that we still go through, we're some of the toughest people.
I got to tell you, I want to tell you.
Some of the toughest people. Some of the toughest people. We're some of the toughest people.
Well, it's very tough a kind, I want to
Some
say.
of the toughest people.
I know you could be mean, but I hope you stay kind, yes? Till next time.
We say blessed love and go see our new EP and check it out. She's bad, two of a kind, Shane and Sean. We love you. Marcus Garvey. We do celebrate. Thank you. Rastafari. Praises.
Yes, yes, that's beautiful. Let's snap it up for two of a kind. We're some of the toughest people. Yes, we are. We survived so much and we're still going strong. And imagine how much more stronger we will be when we teach the youths everything we're learning right now. We just keep it going. You know, this program was amazing. It's just beautiful. But I want to definitely go through that roll call one more time because I need you all to keep these names in mind. Follow, research, reach out. Listen, we have to come together. Rise up, ye mighty people. He told us. So partners with Roots Foundation for this Marcus Garvey extravaganza are the Consulate General of Jamaica, Miami, snap it up. The City of Lauderdale Lakes and Mayor Hazel Rogers. Tomlinson Dental Care. Golson Spine Rehabilitation Center. Vico inside the Lauderdale Mall. Herbal Gardens on the outside of the Lauderdale Mall. Green Medicine Farms. Talawa Roots Tonic. The Roots Reggae and Culture Magazine. These are the partners with Roots Foundation. And of course, we couldn't do it without the media partners. IRIetimes.com, who are streaming this event right now in New York. Remember? You hope you was paying attention. Richie Poo and Poor Man Studio. Just Steve and the Counteract crew, who is providing the audio service for this event. The Mikey B Radio Show, WZPP Radio, Wild Child Production, Wiz, Island Beat Marketing, and WDNA Radio in Coral Gables. Let's give it up for the partners. Oh, and we got a word from Priest Dougie.
Yeah, man. Again, we want to give thanks to the mayor, Hazel Rogers, mayor of Lauderdale Lakes, for all the strength that she has given to this event today. You know, big up, Rastafari.
I am your MC, Real Marsha 1111. You can definitely reach out with me on Instagram, Real Marsha 1111, on Facebook, Real Marsha. Listen, let's connect. And this song was written in my mind in February of this year, and it just makes sense for this evening. So I'm honored to share, even if it's just the verse and the hook. Listen to the words, words of wisdom. Know yourself before you trust to know another. Be true to yourself, 'cause no one else will bother. Ooh. Know yourself before you rush to know another. Be true to yourself, 'cause no one else will bother. Tell you no lie, it's time to know you. 'Cause if you don't know you, then you won't know them. You know, you represent the tree that Canaan gives essentials to grow. Growing from the roots to the finest branches. You know yourself before you rush to know another. Be true to yourself, 'cause no one else will bother. I say, know yourself before you rush to know another. Be true to yourself, 'cause no one else will bother. Come, humble and standing tall, listening to the voice of the wind as it calls. Growing many sighs and still, it's on Mother Nature we fend at will. Pity is the one who sell his soul for vanity and leave his roots to vanish with no apologies. Got to know yourself before you trust to know another. Be true to yourself, 'cause no one else will bother. I say, know yourself before you rush to know another. Ooh. Be true to yourself, 'cause no one else will bother. Hey, Marcus Garvey wanted us to make sure we know ourselves, know our past so we can govern our future. Teach the youth the truth. Don't let them be vanished, right? You're the roots. Branches are the children, right? Community are the branches. We got to connect. Let's connect. I want to say thank you to Roots Foundation, Inc. for staying strong year after year to have this Roots extravaganza commemoration for the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. We love you. We bless you. Check us out next year. So, know yourself before you rush to know another. Be true to yourself, 'cause no one else will bother. Hey, blessed love, blessed love. Let's give it up for another successful event, 2021 Marcus Garvey Extravaganza. Can I bring to you Priest Dougie Smith and Ras Jabulani, because you have to see the masters behind this. Thank you for sharing with us every year, just giving us great events. One more time for Two of a Kind, one more time for Nikki Blaze, one more time for AJ Brown, one more time for Dr. Harrison. Oh, it just gets better and better. One more time for the media. Y'all made it sound great. And the drumming fingers, drummers and dancers. Come on. I know you had a great event. And make sure you reach out and let us know. You know, if you want to share something for next year, we're ready, listen, right? We ready? Priest Dougie? We're ready. Family, we're ready. On that note, love and honor, know yourself, and continue to rise. Real Marsha 1111, I thank you so much. Love. Love, love, love.
Were I alive today, I would still recommend for my people's upliftment, self-esteem, self-respect, and self-reliance in a world gone crazy with individualism. I never taught racism, but rather pride and dignity in one's race. With God's dearest blessings, I'll leave you for a while. One love.
talk about Marcus, never live in vain. Brother Marcus, never live in vain. If you follow that man's words, you will live again. If you follow that man's words, you will live again. Talk about Marcus, never live in vain. Good God, Marcus, never live in vain. And if you follow that man's words, you will live again. And if you follow that man's words, you will live again. Teaches us to respect the brother Malcolm X. Man like Jomo Kenyatta too. Teaches us to respect man like Nelson Mandela. And all like his colleague them too.